Okay, I'm going to try to cut this piece of wood as straight as I can. What I'm going to do is put it in my true sander, and I got a little busted edge on here. I want to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark. Line again. Okay, now I have it marked on all four sides. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to my old handy chopper, and you can see this thing's really old and it wiggles back and forth, so I don't trust it for making a straight cut, but that's what the line's for. So what I do is I go to that line and line my mark up with the blade, and it's not that sharp of a blade, but I go down and then I lift up, go down, lift up. Okay, so with my chopper, that's about as close as I can get, because it's a, like I said, it's a really old one. Your newer ones are better, but I have a couple different grits of sandpaper on here, and this is a true sander. You hold the piece of wood out from the edge just a little bit, and you work just a little bit at a time. I'm using the heavy grit. Flip it over, make sure there's nothing underneath, like a little chip of wood's going to throw you off. 3 or 4 times with the heavy grit. And there's your piece of cut balsa wood. Now if you want to really make it a nice fine edge, I have fine paper on here that I go just back and forth a couple times with, and then that's even more straight. So that's how I do my cuts with old pieces of equipment that I've had for over 20 years, and it still works. I'm getting ready to rebuild this one right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off, and I've already had to redo these nuts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up with a set of jaws that's going to keep this from rocking back and forth. So when this goes down, it's going to go right in between those 2 jaws, and I'll just drill and tap 2 holes, and I'm going to mount 2 pieces of aluminum, and that's going to solve that, and then my cuts will come out straighter.